Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about gender in perfume. So this is not really about particular perfumes, but rather just a chit chat, me sharing my opinion, giving you the opportunity to share your opinion in the comments about gender in perfumery, because my opinion has changed. Or rather, I don't know that I ever really held the opinion that I spoke of really deep inside. So I think I was maybe just trying to be, I don't even know what the word is, but I was trying to appease people maybe. So let's be real here. I do have an opinion on gender in fragrance, and I do think that there is gender in a fragrance, which you may have noticed in a lot of my recent videos. I will say whether something leans masculine or feminine, because I genuinely feel certain smells are more feminine and some are more masculine. That's how I feel, and I know that that is how the majority of the everyday normal people out there that aren't massive frag heads, they're just consumers of perfume every now and then. Generally speaking, whenever I spray a perfume and ask an opinion of someone who's not a frag head, more often than not, if I say to them, would you wear that? Quite often I'll get a yes or a no, and a reason being that it smells feminine or it smells masculine. I couldn't wear that, it's too feminine. And that is how it is. And fragrances have been marketed that way for a long time. Now I think going back in history, it was slightly different, and men were wearing floral waters and things like that, and that was absolutely fine. But still, just because men were wearing them doesn't mean that they don't have a feminine scent. So I personally believe anyone can wear anything across the board, and actually I have much more respect for a man that is not afraid to wear a typically feminine fragrance. I have a massive respect for that. Anyone who will be exactly who they are, wear what they want, have their own unique style regardless. I absolutely love that. So I'm not here saying a man cannot wear a feminine fragrance or vice versa. I yesterday shared a video where I bought a men's shirt, which I will absolutely love wearing. I do not think we should be constrained by the marketing of a product as to whether or not we can use it or wear it or whatever. But I hold the opinion still that certain smells are more feminine and some are more masculine. And it's like in human beings, we have feminine and masculine traits. I think most natural things have feminine and masculine traits. Like cats, generally feline, people tend to see them as feminine. And dogs, for some reason, always boys. And if you think about it, the way that dogs behave, they're lively, they bark so they can be aggressive, and where cats are very laid back, they're living soft lives, they're fluffy, they purr, they're content, very maternal. So I think in the same way, certain smells are more feminine. So if you think, for example, about a leather note, leather is typically a more dominant note in a masculine scent. And leather can smell harsh, can smell smoky, and it can remind you of more masculine things, like the seats of a sports car or a leather jacket. And then if you think about some of the more feminine notes in fragrance, vanilla is soft and sweet and approachable. And I mean, I could go on. And of course there are some notes that probably are very ambiguous and you wouldn't necessarily give them a gender at all. ISOE super, it's neither masculine or feminine. It's quite an approachable clean, woody type scent. But then again, it is an aroma chemical, it doesn't come from nature. Maybe that's partly the reason why. Same for the synthetic musks. They absolutely go with anything, and I don't think they make anything more masculine or more feminine. But when it comes to the scents that come from nature, I do think some of the harsher, the darker, the deeper, the smokier, or maybe the earthier and the greener notes, they just feel more masculine, certainly to me. Anyway, please let me know if you disagree. And then the more approachable, prettier smells, can't help but feeling that they're more feminine. So I do attribute gender to fragrance. And I think more people do than are willing to admit, because I see reviewers, I see written reviews, and I see YouTube reviews and Instagram posts where sometimes the person says that there is no gender in perfume. They might be having a conversation, but then in another post they will say this fragrance is absolutely unisex. But why would you need to say it's unisex if you do not attribute a gender to fragrance at all? It can't be unisex. It's simply just, as everything is, there is no gender in fragrance, so you wouldn't need to say it's unisex. I mean, what do you think about that? So yeah, I used to say there is no gender in fragrance. How can rose be masculine or feminine? It's kind of obvious. Look at it. Look at a rose. It's pretty, it's soft, it smells sweet. They are typical feminine qualities. And I'm sorry, hello phone. I do think that I might get attacked. Hopefully not, because I have no bad intentions whatsoever here. But I just wanted to put my point across, because some of you may have seen my videos where I will say, I find this more masculine, I find this more feminine. And I don't want to have to keep justifying it and keep saying anyone can wear anything. 100% anyone can wear anything. And I think of, say, Eric from, what's his YouTube channel? Eric, the big military guy. He loves he loves everything, but he loves a lot of the Montaus, he loves a lot of florals, he loves a lot of gourmands, and he is a proper man. And he can rock anything he wants, and he's got the confidence to pull it off. So I am absolutely not here saying you cannot wear a masculine fragrance if you're a woman, or vice versa. I'm just saying that I do attribute, in some ways, I do attribute gender to fragrances. Now, of course, there are some fragrances that have a little bit of a masculine feel and a little bit of a feminine feel, and they're all mixed together in perfect harmony, where you could never say that smells really feminine or really masculine. It is simply somewhere in the middle. But basically, some things are just blended to the point that they're neither masculine or feminine. Or if it's just a mixture of some aroma chemicals, so the eccentric molecules, for example, I think that generally those single aroma chemical fragrances don't really feel masculine or feminine. But then again, you could say the vetiver one might be considered a bit more masculine, because it is just purely a vetiver aroma chemical, which is a woody, rooty, earthy note.
Hi, I am editing this video in the bath, and I just had to add something. Initially in the video I said that I felt that only things, more natural things, had gender, and then you can kind of see I changed my mind as I was chatting, because I do think that some aroma chemicals are more masculine and some are more feminine, and of course some have bits of both. I just wanted to add that in.
Generally speaking, I think feminine smelling things would have some sort of level of prettiness, some sort of level of sweetness about them. But some things are neutral, even from flowers. So for example, iris, the scent actually comes from the root, and it doesn't smell really floral. It smells unusual. I mean, I love iris, one of my favorite things in the world, but iris to me is more of a neutral smell on its own, not necessarily masculine or feminine, although it has little bits of both in it really, because iris has some floral nuance. It can smell a little bit violety, and it can remind us of makeup powder and lipstick, and in that respect that would be a more feminine side of iris. But it can also smell earthy, it can smell rooty, it can smell dusty, and I would say those things are more masculine. So when it comes to some notes, I think they have a little bit of both in them, but still I consider there to be a gender in that, albeit a bit of both in one particular note or ingredient. So I don't know if this is a pointless video. If this is a pointless video, please comment below and just tell me to shut to F you. STFU, I'm not gonna say it. I don't mind, don't write the whole thing out, just do the initials and I'll shut up. But I would love your opinion, your thoughts on gender in fragrances, perfumes, because I just wanted to clarify myself and how I feel, put it out there into the world, and that's it really. Saturday afternoon, I am having a little vodka. Cheers. This is my first one, by the way, and it's full, so I'm not appearing on the camera drunk at all. Everything I say is sober at the moment. So thank you for watching. Thank you if you do share your opinion in the comments. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in another video, hopefully, if I haven't pissed you off too much. Bye.